Hey, Jenny, I just got done with work. I'm about to head home. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna put my feet up and watch the game with an ice cold can of Peeps Light.
Glad to hear it. You must be relieved. I'll start getting your supper ready.
You don't have to do that, but thanks, I guess. Is Nia still awake?
Sorry, hun. She went to sleep a little while ago. Let's face it, though, she'll probably get woken up when you get home and start making a racket.
No way. I'll be extra careful to make sure I don't.
Why go out of your way?
I feel bad if I woke my little girl up. Anyway, forget that. Did you go out and get those divorce papers like we discussed earlier?
About that. Are you and I really gonna get a divorce? Please think this through, William. Nina's still in kindergarten. Sure, maybe we said some things we might not have meant when things got heated, but does that really mean we have to divorce?
You and me both know we're not getting a divorce because things got heated. Shall I take that as a no? I didn't get the divorce papers?
Yes. I mean, why would I? I don't want to get a divorce. I know if I did go and get them, you would have had your signature on there before the day was up.
Yeah, of course I would. That's what I said I'd do, ain't it? I thought that you were with me, that this was the only option we have after what happened. What's with all the hesitation all of a sudden?
I wouldn't go as far as saying I was with you.
Look, Jenny, I really don't want to start this up again. But you're the one in the wrong here. You do know that, right?
Of course I do. I know it was wrong of me to cheat, and I'd never try and deny that. But that's no reason for us to get a divorce straight away. I can't help but feel like you're being kind of horrible to me.
You just said it yourself. Nia's still in kindergarten. How can you say I'm being horrible when you're the one who cheated on me despite the fact that we have a little girl? You're right. One of us is horrible. But it sure as hell ain't me.
I know that, and it's not like you don't have a point. But you do know I already cut the guy out of my life, right? We'll never see each other again for as long as we live. Doesn't that show you I regret what I did? Isn't there any way we can still make this work? Won't you find it in your heart to give me another chance?
If you really understood me or cared about what I was saying, even if it was just a little bit, you wouldn't have the nerve to ask me for another chance. The fact that you're even capable of this makes it blindingly obvious how lightly you look on what you did. I could never bring up our daughter with someone like you.
Oh my God, are you really gonna divorce me?
How many times do I have to say it? What will it take for you to get the hint? I have no intention of forgiving or forgetting. And I sure as hell have no intention of giving things with you another try. Nothing you could possibly say to me will ever change that.
Wow, I see. So it really is over between us, huh? Fine, point taken, I accept it. There's nothing I can do to stop you divorcing me. But I won't let you take custody of Nina. She's mine. If you accept that, I'll accept the divorce.
What planet do you think I'm going to go along with that? It's not happening, plain and simple.
I gave birth to her. Why should I let you take her away from me?
You're delusional. That's the only conclusion I can make if you actually think I'm going to let the woman who cheated on me raise my daughter. There's absolutely no way I'll ever let that happen. You may as well just give up now.
But Nina's my daughter.
Yes, and she's also my daughter too. Whatever, just forget it. The discussion is pointless. Let's just stop before things end up getting out of hand again, okay?
Stop?
It's your fault things came to this, Jenny. I loved you like no other. You must have loved me at one point too, otherwise you wouldn't have married me.
Of course I love you, but why are you saying all this?
What's the point in fighting and causing a big dramatic shit show? It's pointless. I'd have to be a moron to get dragged into anything like that at this stage.
I mean, I guess I understand how you feel.
The divorce is already a foregone conclusion, and nothing you say will change that. But equally, Nia will always still be our daughter, and nothing will change that either. So why end things with an atmosphere of hostility? You know we'll only end up with a bad taste in our mouths. Not only will it not accomplish anything, but it'd be awful for Nia to have to put up with us at each other's throats. We do have to do this, but that doesn't mean it has to be difficult.
So what, I'm just supposed to keep my mouth shut and accept the divorce even though that's not what I want?
Geez, Jenny, you make me sound like some kind of dictator. It's not that I'm willing to compromise on some things. It's just that my mind's made up on the divorce. I know you'd understand if you tried putting yourself in my shoes for 1 second. Accept it and work with me on this for our daughter's sake.
Compromise? What does that mean? Do you mean you'll let me have custody? Or that you'll rethink the divorce?
I don't know how many times I gotta say this, but that ain't happening. I mean, I'm willing to compromise on stuff like child support and let you have regular meetings with her if you work with me on the divorce.
Wow, you are really dead set on this, aren't you? You're seriously gonna divorce me and try taking my baby?
Chill out, Jenny. You need to calm yourself down before you get worked up again. Remind yourself again what you did to me. This is how anyone would react. In fact, scratch that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be losing their shit with you right now. I think I'm being reasonable, all things considered.
Fine, I understand.
If you mean it, I'm pleased. I'll head out and grab the divorce papers tomorrow. Let's sign them and get this whole thing over as quickly as possible. Jenny, where are you? I went out to grab the divorce papers. I'm back now, but I can't find you anywhere. Did you take Nia out shopping?
No, I took her back to my parents' place with me.
What? You took her to your parents' place? Now of all times?
Yes, now of all times. Relax, hothead. She's fine with me.
Relax? What the hell do you think you're playing, taking my daughter without permission like this? Bring her back right now.
Get screwed, jerkwad. The moment we got home, you'd be in my face going on and on about the divorce like the broken record that you are. Like hell am I coming home to that?
You can't do this. Wait a sec. Didn't you say you understood before? I thought we reached an agreement. Why would you act like this?
I just meant that I understood where you stood on things. I did not mean that I planned on going along with it.
God, Jenny. Will you just stop being such a petulant child for once in your damn life? You're the one who cheated on me in the first place. Are you forgetting that minor detail? You have no right to try and stop us divorcing after everything you've done. So it's about custody of Nia?
Make no mistake, William. I'm not doing this to stop the divorce. Plus, I don't want to have to give you a big fat compensation payout. I couldn't even begin to be able to afford something like that.
Jesus Christ. Is this really how you think? Just when I thought it wasn't possible to be any more disgusted with you. You never cease to amaze me. Do you have any conception of right and wrong?
Of course I do. That's why I'm willing to go ahead with the divorce, on the condition that I decide what happens with custody of Nina and the compensation. That's all you have to do to get the divorce you're so desperate for.
I told you this yesterday, but I said there were things I was willing to compromise on.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Not custody of my daughter and the compensation you owe me, that's for heckin' sure. That said, I had no intention of asking you to pay me child support. And I was planning on letting you stay in contact with Nia. Is that not enough for you?
I don't need you to compromise on that crap. I was obviously never gonna let you stop me from seeing my daughter. And there was no way I was gonna pay you child support in the first place. If you think I'm gonna get on my knees and worship you like some saint just 'cause you say you'll throw me a couple of breadcrumbs, you've got another thing coming, you arrogant douchebag. There's no way I'm coming home now. Naturally, I can't sign the divorce papers if I'm here at my folks' place.
Are you really not coming back? Do you plan on keeping Nia there with you?
Of course I do. As long as you insist on being stubborn and pig-headed, this is just gonna have to be the way things are. If you don't like it, then I suggest you start seeing things from my perspective. 'Cause until you do, I ain't moving.
Fine, have it your way. I really didn't want to have to do this, but you just forced my hand.
Do what?
take you to court.
What? Court?
Yes, court. First of all, for the divorce, but also for the custody of Nia.
No. Just hold on a second. Why do you have to make such a mountain out of a molehill? This is ridiculous.
It's just a divorce. If it's just a divorce, then why do you have to make it so goddamn difficult? You're the one making me do this, Jenny. I have no intention of backing down on the divorce or the compensation. If this is your attitude, then you leave me no choice. You said it yourself. You won't budge unless I fold and let you get your way.
Sure, I might have said that, but that's no reason to start making threats.
Oh, what's this? Backing down now, are we? Make your freaking mind up, woman. Jeez. Surely you must have been ready for me to take you before a judge when you decided to take Nia without my permission. Don't tell me you actually thought I was just gonna lie down and do nothing.
I just wanted you to start seeing things from my point of view for a change. Court was the last thing on my mind. How was I supposed to know you were gonna start threatening me?
Well, hopefully you understand now that if you continue with this moronic stunt of yours, there will be consequences. If this makes its way to court, you have no chance of winning.
Fine, let's just forget about it then.
You agreed when I talked about avoiding anything that would leave us with a bad taste in our mouths, right? If you quit it with this ridiculous, deranged behavior and start reasoning with me like a fully grown adult that in spite of behavior, you do physically appear to be, then I won't take you to court.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so you should be. Anyway, I don't have any days off work until the weekend. You can keep Nia until then. But after that, you're done with her. Do I make myself clear?
William, please. You can't expect me to go along with this.
You don't have the option to refuse at this point. Whether you agree or not makes no difference to me. This is the result of your actions. You either accept that or you fight in vain and pay the consequences. Don't forget that this divorce is your fault. You did this, Jenny. You and no one else. Hey, Jenny, how long do you intend on ignoring my messages? I told you I'd be coming to pick up Nia today. But you knew that, didn't you? You could at least reply to me.
William, this is Jennifer's mother. I owe you an apology. I see my daughter hasn't been replying to your messages. I'm sorry, dear. You deserve better.
Huh? Is that Jenny's mom? Why would you be messaging me from Jenny's phone? Where's Nia?
That's what I messaged you to talk about. So I take it you're aware Jenny brought my granddaughter with her to mine and my husband's house?
Well, yeah. I heard from Jenny. But she hasn't messaged me at all since then, and she won't answer my calls. Is she there with you? Are my wife and daughter safe?
I'm so sorry to have to be the one to break this to you, William. But Jenny and Nina are no longer with us.
What? No longer with us? What's that supposed to mean? You mean they left your house?
You and her had a falling out, didn't you?
I guess you could say that. I think a falling out might be a little bit of an understatement, though.
I knew it. I could just tell by looking at her that she was stuck in her own head ever since the moment she got back. I knew she was fretting over something, I just couldn't get her to tell me what.
I'm sorry to interrupt you here, Petunia. But what exactly did you mean when you said Jenny and Nia aren't with us anymore? Besides, why would you even be messaging me from her phone in the first place? I don't mean to be rude, but you didn't answer me.
William, you might want to sit down for this. Listen, the two of them were involved in an accident last night. Her phone was given to me afterwards.
What? An accident? What kind of sick joke is this? Cut it out right now.
William, please, this is not a joke. I understand this is difficult for you, but you have to believe me. The two of them, they're...
They're what? Petunia, my wife and daughter safe or not? Stop being vague and tell me what the hell is going on right now.
I'm sorry, William. You're right. I'm just not thinking straight right now. Fine, I'll just tell you. Jenny and Nina are dead. Please just forget about them.
Seriously? You better not be making this up.
Like I'd ever do such a thing. It's the truth, William.
I see.
I understand how difficult this must be for you, but you have to forget about them and move on. I know they'd both want you to keep moving forward and focus on enjoying your life.
I understand. You're right. I can't wallow around in the dumps forever. I have to get on with my life.
That's the spirit. I just know that's what they'd both want.
All right, that settles it then. Don't worry, Petunia. I'll be over at your place before you know it.
Huh? Oh, wait, what? Why?
Are you serious? No, you're just acting weird. I'm Jenny's husband and Nia's father. We should all be together to comfort each other at a time like this.
Sure, I understand why you'd want to do that, and it's not that I don't appreciate the thought. But I can assure you, me and my husband will get through this together. But didn't I just tell you to forget about them and move on?
Even still, it's hardly like I can just snap my fingers and be done with it. I still have their funerals to think about. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't go.
I'm pleased you feel that way, William. I really am, but we've decided they won't be having a funeral.
Huh? Why would you do that?
Well, how to put this? It's just that Jenny never really was the type to want everyone kicking up a fuss over her. She'd feel uncomfortable with the idea of all that money being spent and all those people going out of their way to come just for her sake. Me and her father just got done discussing it. It wasn't an easy decision, but we decided we won't be holding a funeral.
Maybe that's what you and your husband decided, but what about me? I still want to give my wife and daughter a proper send-off. They're having a funeral. I have a duty as a husband and father to see to it that they get a proper send-off.
Oh, just give it up already. We're her parents, and we're saying we don't want to. If you want to talk about duty, you have a duty to respect our wishes and drop this matter at once.
That's not what you said before.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You said it yourself. Remember? When you said that if anything ever happened to Jenny, you'd give her the most amazing jaw-dropping funeral there ever was because you love her more than anything. Obviously, you never wanted it to happen or thought it would. But somehow we got onto the topic when we were all having a drink together one night a few months back. Don't tell me you forgot, because I sure as hell didn't.
No, really, dear, what is this nonsense all of a sudden? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'd never say such a thing.
I played along with this little game of yours for long enough. It's time to drop the act. This is Jenny, isn't it? You're not fooling anyone.
I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about, dear. Jenny is dead. I just told you, didn't I? How many times do you have to make me say it?
Even if she did die in an accident, why would her mom be messaging me from her phone? None of what you're saying adds up.
I told you I'm Jenny's mother, which makes me your mother-in-law, in case you forgot. Your attitude is despicable, young man. I can't believe you'd speak to a grieving mother like this, you monster.
Boring. I said you can drop the act already. Are you done yet? Your mom sat next to me right now, by the way.
Huh? Next to you?
Yes, next to me. Nia's with us too. Where did you abandon her to go off to?
Why would my mom be with you?
Oh, look, did this mean you finally dropped that ridiculous act of yours?
What's the point in pretending if my mom's there with you? Forget that and answer my question.
It would appear you told your parents you went to their house to escape from me. Unfortunately for you, neither of them believed you for 1 second.
They didn't believe me?
I know this might sound weird coming from me, but your parents have a lot of respect for me and they trust me a lot. So they were naturally going to think it was strange when you turned up at their house claiming I was so horrible you had to take our daughter and make a dash for it.
What the hell is this crap? You mean they believed you over me, their own flesh and blood? I'm their daughter, goddammit!
It's not that they didn't believe you. It's just that they have a lot of trust in me. So instead of blindly accepting your lies, they called me to find out what was really going on.
So what, they blindly accepted your lies instead? Is that how little faith they have in their own daughter?
You say that, but unlike you, I told them the truth. Your story was not only absurd, but it was full of contradictions. If you want to try pulling such a crazy stunt, you could have at least tried to come up with a convincing story.
Why wasn't it convincing?
You died? Get real, Jenny. It takes less than 5 minutes to confirm whether that's true. You wouldn't even fool me temporarily with that bullshit. Did you seriously think I was just going to forget about you and my daughter and go on with my life like nothing happened?
What choice did I have? Desperate times call for desperate measures. You were threatening to take my daughter away from me. Not only that, but you were going to make me pay compensation, too.
Allow me to remind you for the 7 billionth time that you are the one in the wrong. It's only natural I'd want to take custody of Nia and get compensation after what you did to me. Your mom and dad have no reason to cover for you either.
Oh my God. You mean I have no allies in this thing at all?
Exactly. You've got some nerve to run off with my daughter. You can't keep running forever, Jenny. Just give up already.
No! If this is how you're gonna be, I am never coming home. Is that what you want?
Fine by me.
Huh?
Nia's back home with me now. That's all I wanted. We can take care of the divorce in court. You can stay away and never come back for all I care.
Oh my God. Do you really mean that? You'd actually take your own wife to court?
If you won't come back and sign the papers, then I won't have a choice. Didn't I just tell you? You can't keep running forever. Either face responsibility, or it will come and find you. My patience for you ran out a long time ago, you sick, deranged woman. You've been acting like a spoiled kid this whole time. But we're going to settle this like adults, before a judge. Mark my words, you're done screwing me around. This ends now. After begrudgingly accepting her fate, Jenny made the walk of shame back to her parents' house. When she arrived, she was made to sign the divorce papers under their cold, unforgiving glares as large beads of sweat dripped from her brow. With that, not only did I finally get the divorce I've been waiting so long for, but I also won custody rights over Nia and received a hefty chunk of compensation from my now heavily debt-ridden ex-wife. In addition, I decided to file for the child support I previously planned to let slide. I guess you could say I changed my mind because of all the hassle she put me through with her twisted games. I had also planned on holding off on driving her to the depths of financial ruin and despair out of respect for her parents. Once they gave me the green light to take her for everything I could, there was nothing stopping me, and so I filed a request with the court. They also very kindly promised to see to it that I get every cent of what she owes me by overseeing her finances and ensuring that there are no delays with the payments. To add insult to injury for the now destitute Jenny, her parents warned that if she hasn't paid every cent of what she owes me by the time they write the will and decide on her inheritance, it'll all go to me instead. Something tells me she's going to be working real hard to see to it that I get what's mine from here on out. Me and Nia are enjoying post-divorce life together happily while getting by with the support of her grandparents. But having the support of Jenny's parents, even while I'm super grateful for it, doesn't necessarily always mean things are going to be easy for us. Being a single dad can be tough. And it's my sworn duty to give my all to provide my daughter with the life she deserves. Let's do this!